guys. Welcome to the first episode of The Good,
The Bad,
and The 30.
I am your co-host, Alexis Hunt.
And I am Kiera Lindsay.
And I'm Maya Hood.
And we are here to have some girl talk. Grab your drinks and let's chit-chat.
Guys, we're here. We are here. I think it's so crazy that we're really here. Like, I'm kind of nervous. Y'all heartbeat?
Yeah, why do you think I keep sipping on my drink?
It is beating. And speaking of being nervous, like, I think it's important for us to talk about, like, what the show is and how it came about. So I guess the first thing we can talk about is, where did we get our name? The Good, the Bad, the 30.
Gia. Chat GBT.
Chat GPT.
GPT. Right. Yeah. No, I literally asked her, I was like, hey, Gia, can you help me out? I'm starting a podcast with my friends, and it's going to be about 30s and overcoming your 30s and just being girlfriends. Yeah. So I need some girl talk names.
Yeah.
She gave us a whole list, didn't she?
She gave us a list. Yeah. And I know me and Maya was like, oh,
this is the one. This is the one.
This is it. Because it just really gave, like, the good, the bad, and the 30. Like, this podcast is to talk about, like, our transitions from our 20s and also, like, the change and the maturity in our 30s. And we have so many different perspectives from all of our lives. Yes. And I think we are, like, the perfect cast to have these type of conversations.
No, we really are.
Absolutely.
We really are.
So I guess we can do a small introduction of ourselves as well. I'll go first. My name is Alexis Hunt. I am 30.
Yeah.
I am 30. My birthday is October 9th. So I'm a fresh 30. But let me tell you, when I turned 30, I felt the difference.
No, babe, you got here yesterday.
I got here yesterday. And I'm a vet.
It's like your third day out here.
30 days and 30 years in one day. I'm a vet. Yeah. So anyways, so my name is Alexis Hunt. I'm 30. I am a mother to one son named Chase, my baby.
Chasey Wasey.
Almost 6 years old. I have a background, I'm a business analyst in tech. It's my full-time job, and then I also am the CEO of Mommy Gang brand, which is a motherhood clothing brand, and a custom business called Lex Creative, but we'll talk about all that stuff later. But I just want to give you guys a brief introduction. I am born in Chicago, but raised in ATL.
Yeah.
All right, who want to go next?
Come on, babes, you're a powerhouse.
Powerhouse.
Yes, powerhouse,
Sure.
okay?
Ever since she said that.
As you should.
It's multifaceted.
She does it all.
Okay.
Yes,
I'm Kiera Lindsay. I don't do as much stuff as Lex, but
you do what you do.
Yes, you do.
I am in the insurance industry. I also have a dog. I don't know what else that I can actually provide to myself. Like, going after you, I feel like is like, babe, you do so much.
My girl does a lot. She crochet blankets.
Crochet blankets.
She definitely
crazy,
does.
babe.
Yes.
That was last month.
She's our stylist, designer.
Yes,
she's a
interior
go-to.
design.
She's so creative.
Thanks.
No, you're literally like the go-to person.
Thanks.
Seriously. Like, I don't think you realize that. You got to give yourself more credit.
I was literally thinking that in my head. I'm like, dang, maybe I should give myself more credit.
You should.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I do crochet blankets, but that was like last month. I kind of stopped that, you know. It was messing with my fingers.
Oh, okay.
Carpal tunnel. You gotta get you a brace.
So I'm born and raised in Atlanta, College Park, baby. College Park, Sparks. I went to the University of West Georgia, where I graduated with bachelor's in communications. And I also have my master's in business administration from the University of Arizona.
Yeah.
And now I work at an insurance brokerage as the business process executive.
Yeah.
You know, and on my fun times, I like to hang out with my girls.
Yeah, I love
and
that.
my family.
Yeah. You're also a travel.
No, I do like to travel.
Yeah.
I know you heard about the itineraries. Yeah.
No, I love a good itinerary. Like, we love the itinerary when it's just like a girl's day.
Yeah, no, for sure.
We need that.
I love a little plan.
We love
a plan.
We love a little plan. Okay, well, I guess it's my turn. Okay, I guess it's my turn. I'm Maya Hood, everybody, aka Hood Goods. You know what I mean?
That's right.
I am a Renaissance woman as well. I am from Chicago, South Side, the best side. You know what I mean? I went to HBCU in Nashville, Fisk University. Fiskites, what's up?
I'm screaming.
My bachelor's is in journalism. I'm currently getting my master's in public relations, and I am that PR girl, you know, communications as well, marketing, advertising, all of that. I got a little 9 to 5, but that's boring. You know what I'm saying? Who wants to hear about that? You know? And I also manage a rapper, OGDC. Shout out to him. And so, yeah, I be doing a lot of stuff.
No.
Hands in the
This is probably like off of our topic, but we was in the cabins. We was on the way to the cabins, and you were like in the back having a whole manager conversation. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And you was like, yeah, we need to make sure we do this show, and then we gotta make sure that you got this style. And it's, I'm like, babes, what are you doing?
No, we were planning, strategizing.
I'm screaming.
For sure.
No, you guys are powerhouses. I love that.
Yeah, we do a little here and there.
So I guess the first topic that we have is what's something that you're leaving in your 20s? And it doesn't necessarily have to be something bad or toxic or whatever. It doesn't have to be negative, or it can be, because I got a couple. But what's something you're leaving in your 20s? I will say something I definitely left in my 20s is being overly emotional. And
Oh, that's a good one.
I would say acting off my emotions. Because however I felt that day, baby, that's what I was going to show. Like, crash out dummy.
Crash out is crazy.
Crash out is crazy. Like, you have
Okay,
my
it's a
feelings of
safe
crashing
space.
out. I'm mad,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
crashing out, I'm sad, I'm crashing out. And it was like I didn't have any boundaries. Like, girl, what are you doing? It was, but I had my son, I think I was like 25. And after I had him, that's when the maturity kind of started. Because I'm like, bro, I can't be crashing out with a baby. Like,
calm down.
like pushing a stroller, crashing out. It's crazy.
The girls do that now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
They do.
With the baby in the back seat, like,
Yeah.
about to run him over.
For me, I definitely would say I can name a lot, but reacting off my emotions has affected like relationships, and just personally it's affected my mindset. And I'm like, I can't go out sad. Like, I got too much to lose now. But in general, it's just like, girl, be a lady. Like, cross your legs, calm down. You know, like, so. What about y'all?
It's so funny that you say that. So me and Alexis were college roommates in college. And like, I won't say that she was a crash out, but you were very much so like on go. Yeah. Whoever wanted can get it immediately. And I just want to give you your flowers because you've definitely like evolved over the past couple of years, because I feel like it's 2025, baby. It's been like 10 years since we've known each other. Yeah. And from there to now, like, you've definitely evolved when it comes to just you being able to control your emotions when it comes to those types of times. Like, I definitely want to give you your props on that.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
Thank you. I do want to do a quick story before I pass it to y'all.
Yeah.
How I knew I calmed down. My little sister worked at Wingstop. I think I told you this story. My little sister worked at Wingstop, and she called me and said that this grown lady was like trying to fight her. And I was like, okay. Like, at first I didn't take her serious. I thought she, you know, it was a customer. She was going to leave soon. And I was already coming up there to get some food. And so I came up there, and the lady was literally like spazzing out on my sister. And like, I told her, like, ma'am, she's a minor, like, calm down. And she literally got in my face, like, we could hit. Y'all, I'm not this girl, I swear, but
we can hit.
I'm just trying to say what she said.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm from Miami-Dade County. What's up? Da-da-da-da-da. And I'm talking about literally in my face. Like, and what came across my head, well, at the same time, my grandfather had passed. And we were about to drive to Chicago that night, actually, for his funeral. And I was like, I want to hit her. Because she's literally begging me. Like, she was antagonizing me. But I was like, if I hit her, I'm going to go to jail. I'm going to miss my poppy funeral. Also, I'm a mom. I'm wearing Mommy Gang, which is my brand. People got cameras. I don't have time. So I did pull a Karen a little bit and called the police. She didn't go to jail. But I was like, wow, my parents even commended me. They was like, the old Alexis would have definitely
immediately
gave it a word.
No questions asked. So That's something I'm definitely leaving my 20s, baby. I don't got time to be behind bars.
No, for sure,
Too
babe.
cute for that.
I remember the last time you acted out like that. You threw a cup at a girl when we was in the club.
I don't club.
I don't club. Please.
You know, I've really been contemplating because.
What do you want to leave? Because you are still in your 20s.
Yes.
You know, I am. And I think it's so funny because I know that, like, when I turned 25, I was, like, ahead. Like, mentally, I'm, like, moving ahead. And everybody is, like, so scared and nervous to turn 30. And me, I'm like, what you mean? Like, it's time.
I'm there.
It's time. Like, it's time to turn it up a notch.
30,
like,
30 and thriving.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are y'all scared of? So, if anything, I think that in the past, I've, like, tried to hold back on, like, who I am. Or, like, I mean, I could be a little firecracker.
Love a firecracker. 4th of July every day.
Every day. You know what I mean?
I mean,
you know what I mean?
July.
You know?
Right.
I'm a summer baby. But saying that to say, like, I feel like I've held back a lot of, or like I've apologized for my ways. In some ways, obviously, we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. You know, some things need to be worked on. But I do feel like in the midst of, like, holding back, you kind of harbor yourself from, like, learning different lessons.
Yeah.
And, you know, especially, like, in friendships and different things like that, like, trying to, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? But, like, just trying to
People please.
People please and, like, take the high road.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't want to take the high road. Like,
Baby,
sometimes you
I wanna
gotta
ride
give,
low.
You gotta give them hell, you know?
Right.
And I think this is problematic, though. That's why I'm just, like, taking so long to say it. But in my 30s, it's like, if it gotta be that, then I might have to. It could be that.
It could be that. Do you need that?
Do you need that?
You get that.
Because you could definitely
Have
get
the day that you deserve.
Hey, have the day that you deserve. You know what I mean? It can't always be cupcakes and rainbows.
That's right. Sometimes when cupcakes got
That's
mayonnaise
what I'm
on it.
So
Okay.
F around and find out.
Okay.
And that's what I gotta say.
I think that mine that I left in my 20s is people pleasing.
Yeah.
That was something that I did a lot of, and I didn't realize that I was doing it for years until I, like, ended up in my 29th year and just dealing with everything that I was dealing with at that time. Like, I lost so much last year.
Yeah.
People, friendships, like, everything, like money, like I lost so much last year. And I think that I was at a point to where it's just like, all right, something's got to give. Like, it's either you gonna stand strong on your boundaries, you're gonna stand strong in who you are, and you're gonna honor that, or you're gonna continue to put yourself in these failing positions, you know? And I felt like that revelation just made me realize for the past 10, 15 years of the activity that I was doing, the relationships that I tried to continue to hold on to was just because I was trying to make sure that everyone else was fulfilled in a relationship with me and not necessarily pouring into me, you know? And I feel like if I would have poured into myself so much more when I was in my 20s, I would have left a whole bunch of relationships alone when I was like in that time period, friendships and just relationships with men, you know? So I think that the one thing that I left in my 20s is people pleasing. And I feel like that's why where I am right now, like, I don't want to say I don't care, but like, I have so much faith in God. I have so much faith in my journey. And if you're here to be a part of my journey, then I know that you're here to be a part of my journey. Like, I think that we was having this conversation in the car where we was talking about how important it is just to have open communication when it comes to you actually feeling some type of way about something. And I think that that's one thing that I truly learned towards the end of my 20s is being open and vulnerable with people about the emotions that I'm having. And that led me to lose some relationships, you know? And in my 30s right now, like, I'm completely fine with that. Because it's like, if you are so capable and so easily willing to leave me as a friend of knowing who I was to you, then, you know, like, maybe you weren't supposed to be apart, you know? So I think that in my 20s, people pleasing was the one thing that I had to let go. And I can definitely say proudly, look into this camera.
Yeah,
baby.
Look into that.
I'm
camera,
30
baby.
Yeah.
and I am not doing that anymore. You know,
Yes,
like
yeah, I
I'm
love
staying
that.
true to who I am.
Yeah.
How I feel about absolutely everything.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
You
power
said
in letting go.
a
Yeah.
big word, revelation.
Yeah.
And I will say that is so true. Everybody that I talk to who is turning 30 is 30, whatever. Their 29th year is like a year of revelation. Like you're about to go
Ooh.
into that next.
Ooh.
Not your revelation. No, seriously, like everybody I know, that 29th year is the biggest shift. And I'm pretty sure it's like, I mean, y'all, we don't remember 19 shifts.
No, for
Yeah.
sure.
But like 29 and then 39, I'm pretty sure it's a shift.
It's pivotal.
Like we all went through a lot
Mhm.
in our 29th year. And the biggest thing is loss. But loss isn't always bad.
Yeah,
you
it
know.
isn't.
Sometimes we try to hold on to things that we shouldn't have, like you said. And that 29th year, like the revelation you get is like amazing. But I do want to applaud you because knowing you from when we were like 19, 20-ish, you were a people pleaser. I also didn't realize it until I saw you change. Like, you have boundaries now. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to allow this person. I don't care. And it's not a negative I don't care. It's a...
I'm just choosing
Be
peace.
free. Yeah.
I'm just
myself.
choosing
Me.
Yes.
Love me.
Yes, you don't have to...
I'm choosing peace, babe.
I love that. I love that. I love what everybody said. If y'all can't tell, we all have 3 different personalities. And I love it.
Please.
I love it.
Feisty over there.
Much. Like, I literally...
Pipe down.
I
I'm a
think it's-
little parched. Y'all a little parched.
Let's take a look. Ain't nothing wrong with a little sip now.
No, for sure.
2 sips.
Okay. So another thing I want to touch on is, this is a little deep. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
love
It's
a
the
good
first
deep.
episode. Let's go
Yeah.
deep.
Okay, let's go hard then.
Let's deep
Okay.
dive. Let me get my scuba dive again. I'm going
Goofy one. Goofy. She fun. My girl gonna bust out a dance too. real quick.
Immediately.
So, the expectations, like the expectations of our 30s,
Ugh.
right? It's so much pressure, especially as women. I know, like, when we were kids, we all probably said, "Oh, I'm gonna be married and have all these kids."
We had everything planned out.
You know, built the house and white picket fence with 2 dogs, whatever. But like the expectations of 30s, like as a woman, I do want to discuss that. Like, what is the viewpoint of like the world, like the worldly viewpoint of turning 30? Like, women in your 30s should blank.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say, and it's probably we can all agree, it's like the expectations of being a mom,
A black mom.
a black mom, being a mom in your 30s. Like, I know looking back at probably like our older generation, it looks different than our 30s now.
For sure.
But the expectations that society puts on women in their 30s is, when you gonna have some kids?
Yes.
Yeah.
And now that, 1, I'm a mom, and 2, I'm in my 30s, or just older in general, because you don't even have to be 30. Do you know how rude that is?
Yeah.
Why you don't have kids? First
When
of
are you
all,
getting married?
I'll say something rude back, but you know.
I'm
like,
screaming.
why you don't have kids? It's so rude.
When are you gonna
because,
settle down?
1, we don't even know if women can have kids.
Mm.
So automatically making an assumption
Yeah.
on somebody's womb
Insulting.
is insulting. Now, if you rephrase it, because I know some people don't say it out of like malicious intent.
Mhm.
However, I think the expectation, because like, what is it, geriatric age is like 34. So having kids over 34, even though we see women do it all the time,
All the
and
time.
successful
Yeah.
babies, there's so much pressure on women to hurry up and have kids. Like,
Yeah.
why don't you want me to hurry up and find my Prince Charming?
Yeah.
I want to too, and
Yeah.
like be married and things like that. Kids shouldn't be the first thing.
Yeah, I'd be
and it's
like,
just
where
too
the
much
man
pressure.
at? Like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What a ring
why
at?
are you even asking me that right now?
No,
Right?
seriously. I definitely agree. Like, I think that I feel like I've heard that more so just from family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Oof.
it's not
The expectations
even
of family.
friends or anything, because I feel like we're all in different stages of our life, but in some way, like, we're puzzled together.
Yeah.
You know, like we have some type of conjunction when it comes to like what we're going through in our lives. But I definitely feel like I get that a lot from family, and more so from my grandma that just passed last year. Like she would ask me, she's like, "Where do you have a baby? Where your boyfriend at?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Granny, I don't know where he at. I don't know when he
I'm looking for him with a
when he
flashlight.
get here, we gonna fight, but because he took too long. But I don't know where he at. But no, definitely, I think that I get that more from our family. But when it comes to expectations, I feel like that's another thing that I left in my 20s. Like, I expected so much, and I felt like I planned so much for it, like for me to plan, and then for it to not go as planned, and then for me to feel that emotion, like to have an emotion tied to expectation is crazy.
It's crazy.
Like,
Sometimes
absolutely insane,
Yeah.
especially for it to deter me for that entire day, or kind of allow me to treat people in a bad way just because my expectation wasn't met.
Yeah.
I feel like that's another thing that I left in my 20s. Like, regardless of what you expect of me, like that doesn't matter.
Yes.
I left expectations out the door. I have a plan for myself. I know I'm going to be successful. I am successful. But at the end of the day, I'm going to get all those things because God already planned it for me.
It's already written.
It's already written, babes. It's already written.
I love that. No, on that note, I was just saying last night, like, we plan and God laughs, because I definitely used to think, like, 24, I'd be maybe 2 kids in, married,
Same.
crib, 2 dogs, all that she was just saying. And I'm with Kiara. Like, nowadays, I'm just letting, like, I feel like God's plan is so much better than anything that we can whip up. And, like, over the past, I'll say 3-4 years, like, I'm just relinquishing all control.
Amen.
And I just rather lean into whatever it is that he wants me to do, like being present, because I think because I'm a planner, like I'm so used to like worrying about the next 5 years or like even the next few years, just like constantly. And I didn't like the anxiety that was created within me.
Expectation brings on so many emotions.
It's too much,
Like,
because it's like then when it doesn't happen, when something doesn't go the way that you want, now I'm in panic mode, now I'm in distress.
Right.
And it's just like, you don't have to live that way.
Yeah.
Like, you can literally just ask God to order your steps and just, go with it. I won't say go with the flow totally, but just like, understand that everything happens the way that it's supposed to happen. You'll never be anywhere that you're not supposed to be. Like, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And life is happening for you the way that it's supposed to. And when you allow him to order everything, line everything up, like, it's so much better than anything that we could have imagined for ourselves.
I definitely agree. I feel like the only thing that we have control over is our emotions, how we react to things, like the way that we treat people.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that we have control over. Anything else, like, the only thing that we can expect is our reaction.
For sure.
Everything else out of
God
life
gives
is not
us free
expected.
will. He gonna let you veer off to the right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but he
come
gonna
back to the left.
Be
Yank you
hard-headed
back
if you,
up.
be
And then you
hard-headed if
gonna
you want to.
grab you by both of them.
Yeah.
He like, all right, free will, and you gonna pay
You
for
gonna
that
feel
too.
it. Ooh.
It's free will, but you gonna pay for that.
I know that's right. Look at this. Come on now,
Hey,
episode. First episode coming out with it, baby.
You gotta live a little, Stick around long enough.
Since our podcast is called The Good, the Bad, and the 30s, like, let's talk about the good and the bad of the 30s, right? But it's not necessarily, the bad doesn't have to be bad. Like,
Yeah.
It's more so like something like you said you left in your 20s, expectations.
Yeah.
Or things that we kind of like probably beat ourselves up about, or, just personal goals or whatever.
Yeah.
I want to talk about, let's start with the good, or do y'all want to start with the bad?
Let's start with the bad. I don't
Let's start
know.
with the bad.
Yeah.
The bad is crazy.
The bad. Who wants to go first?
I don't know no bad. I don't know no bad.
I don't know no bad either. Like,
Pain?
I'm blessed and highly favored.
Yeah.
But
No, for sure.
in a general sense, I do think when I think about like the world around us and just all things that people can go through, I think family is a big dynamic. Like losing family, like finding where you are in your family dynamic. Like, a lot of people move away from where their family is for different reasons. Like, some people are estranged from their families. Some people like are codependent with their family. Some people holding their family down. They sending money home.
No, for sure.
I think that's a big dynamic of like learning where you fit in and what your responsibility to them is, especially when you're in the motions of like building your own family.
Yeah.
I think that's a big reoccurring topic that I hear people talk about all the time. Like, you know, I just gotta do my own thing. Like, I'm trying to start my own family, so I can't really be worried about what's going on back at home.
How's that been for you, Maya? Because I know that you just recently moved here from Chicago.
Yeah. It's fun. Well, first of all, I get homesick all the time because I love Chicago. I haven't been back since Thanksgiving though. But
next time you go back, give me some Portillo's.
You know,
did you hear they're opening up Portillo's?
Yeah, we gotta go.
In Kennesaw for sure.
We're gonna.
That's too far.
Road trip.
In Kennesaw, I'll get it for us.
I know that's right.
I'll take that drive for that Italian. Listen, I'll be on the plane with the Italian beef. Like,
no,
I gotta take one home every time.
They having more and more Chicago spots out here. That's actually really good.
I saw Maxwell's just opened.
What is Maxwell's?
Maxwell Street.
What's Maxwell?
The Polish sausage. I had that. We had it like twice already.
It just got here.
I know, but it was so good.
I gotta go.
It was so good. The fries was exactly the same. But anyway,
I'm having flashbacks. But no. First of all, my son, my dog.
No, your dog is in Chicago.
I said, wait.
She's like, I'm learning so much about her today.
I thought I knew everything there was to know.
Like,
my son, I'm a dog mom. Like, a boy dog mom. And he's with his grandparents because mama gotta have a life too, Jody.
I'm screwed.
You know,
no, wait, did you hear her? She said mama have to have a life too, Jody.
That's, you know, I'm just out here trying to
Maya, please
find his father. Like, what's up? What's up? But because I'm so close with my family, like my sister just had a baby, and so I have to like FaceTime them all the time, so I can, because I'm used to like, I grew up with the rest of them, like I was around, so I was able to hold them all the time, and I'm that auntie. That's why. Auntie Gang, what's up? We gotta,
yeah.
We gonna wear
one episode.
You gonna see me in it. Auntie Gang, I'm that auntie, you know? So I think the kids, if anything else, like I just be missing the kids because I love to pour into them. My parents, still my kids.
Yeah.
No, for real.
You know how it be though, like exactly, like
you
know, that's so funny. I feel like as I get older, that's the one thing that I find is so funny. My mom is like,
your child.
I don't want to say that she's my girl ain't childish, but baby girl is like 20 years old.
No, really.
I be looking at my parents like, y'all need to grow up.
Right.
No, y'all play too much.
Why you didn't answer the phone when I called?
Y'all think
I
y'all
would blow her up. Why didn't you answer the phone?
What are you doing? I'm your child.
You supposed to answer first ring.
What's going on?
Outside and stuff.
That's honey, crazy. No.
Calling me outside is crazy.
Event, my mom was texting me like, yeah, I'm still out. Excuse me?
Girl, go home.
Get in the house. I don't know. Ever since she retired, they be outside more than me. Like,
I love that for them.
I was screaming.
I will say the bad of the 30s. I will say the back pain. The muscle changes.
I don't know, my knees and stuff.
Babe, my back's still backing.
My back's still backing, my knees still kneeing.
Everything start hurting.
Well, baby, you do also have a child.
So y'all saying I'm the only one?
I mean, maybe I gotta stretch.
Because my other friends that are 30s, they say the same thing. Like, everything just randomly just starts hurting.
I ain't gonna say they don't be cracking, though, but...
No, they definitely cracked out. I will say that, like, my upper... No, babes, if I was to put the mic on my knees and I, like, bend them, babes, popcorn.
Yeah. Girl, please.
If I pop, lock, and drop it right now, it's gonna crack.
Immediately. No, I will say that, like...
Valentine's, like, y'all, I had Valentine's at my house, and I'm, like, the decoration girl. Like, I love doing decorations. So I'm setting up stuff and I'll go to pick up something and I said, oh, hold on.
Sound
my
like
neck and my back.
Pain. Let me go back down and try it again.
Alexis.
Maybe, girl.
Did it crack again?
No, so I was like, it wasn't even a crack. It was literally like I pulled something.
Oh, swear.
I'm so serious. So then I'm like, all right, let me go back because maybe it was just like on the line or something.
Not if I redo it, like, reverse.
And it's
walking up.
My back literally stopped. So I'm like,
yeah,
that's the sound.
Oh man,
I will say that like
that's why I text y'all and I'm like, my back. I immediately had to take pain pills. I had to
Does the pain pill hurt though? Like, I mean, does it work though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it does. I use sometimes BioFreeze on my legs because That's the thing about me. I do too.
You're a
But
powerhouse.
You be there, you be everywhere.
You're a powerhouse.
I'm doing 10 things at once, so
Yeah.
you'll realize, girl, you've been running for 12 hours, and then
Your
you wonder
body.
why your body hurt.
Yeah.
But I used to could do
You
it in
need
my
to watch
20s.
soap.
Baby, you're 30 now.
I know, and that's why I said that's the bad.
I'm about to. So the only
That's
reason
my
why my
point.
back hurt is my upper back, and that's only because I'm wearing
Your
a
what?
bra.
Honey.
I know
Like
today.
my girls be, slanging, and that's the only reason why I wear. Like that's the only reason why my back will hurt. But if I have on a bra, like I'm good. But besides that,
You just need a little
I don't
support.
get. I just need a little support.
Posture
no pain.
correction.
No what?
No pain. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess I am the only mom too. And then I have a boy. I'm running around, picking him up like he 2, and he's
Yeah.
he's over 50 pounds.
Like you do it. Like when I say that you do a lot,
Girl,
like I'm not in a
too
bad
much.
way. Like you do a lot
It can be
as
good
like
and bad.
and in a great way. Like and you manage it so well, Alexis. Like you
Thank
have
you.
multiple businesses, and then on top of that,
Yeah.
you work a corporate job.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you have a whole child that you
Yeah.
have to run after.
A whole child.
And then also too, you still show up for people.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
you still find time for yourself, your family, and your friends. Like you do a
Yeah.
lot. When I say powerhouse,
Yeah.
Yeah,
babes.
thanks. Thanks for my flowers,
Empowerment
sister.
brunches, panels.
Right.
Panels?
But no, the thing
She was
is-
an honoree just last week.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
not just last week. No, and that's the thing too, is like that can be a pro and a con though. Like God has literally recently like sat me down like, girl,
Slow down.
sometimes you're not supposed to do everything at one time. Like some things are for stages. Like you're gonna do this and this. Like me, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna work. I'm gonna bust out 5. I'm gonna bust out 5 shirts. I'm gonna deep clean the house, and I'm gonna do all this. I'm gonna take a Celsius, and I'm gonna stay
Ooh, I
up
love
till
a
2 in the morning because I want to get everything done on my to-do list.
Yeah.
And that's not always a good thing.
Yeah.
Like every now and then, okay, try to push yourself. But it's not always a good thing. Like, girl, your body needs rest. I need more sleep now. I need you live a healthier life when you relax more.
Yeah.
And being in constant stress, and it's like it's not good. But
Yeah.
now it's kind of become a part of me, and that's why I'm like, I can't wait to this vacation because I
Yeah.
need to slow down.
Yeah.
No, seriously. And the crazy thing is because you're a planner, so like you literally plan out your entire day.
Yeah.
You can easily plan and rest.
I
So like
need
you
to
can
plan and
rest.
easily try and be like,
That's
okay,
true.
I can push this off to another
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do that all the time because I make to-do lists by the day. I make a weekly
Same.
to-do list,
Yeah.
and I'm living by it. My
Yeah.
calendar, y'all saw my
Same.
calendar, like
Yeah,
meal
my girl
prep,
don't play
gym,
about- yeah, my girl don't
church,
play about
everything.
that.
Like,
Same.
and it is so much to do. I think whether you're a mom or not, there's so much pressure on us to do everything. We got to go to the gym, got to check in with our parents, we got to go to work, we got to pick this up, you got to go to the grocery store, you got to meal prep, you got to do all of these different things. You got to make sure you're drinking enough water. Like
Bitches
you want to
like
get,
this,
you know what I'm
podcasts, all
saying?
that stuff take time.
It's,
Yeah, it
it's
does.
so much, and so I think that is a good point of like you have to factor in the rest time. Like
Yes.
sometimes I just, even whether I'm overstimulated or not, it's just like sit down and like
Yeah.
listen to nothing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
and even the dead scrolling, like sometimes you got to put your phone down,
Yes.
put it in a different room if you have to. Even like reading books. Don't
Oh,
get me
yeah.
started. All of these different things, self-improvement, like
Yes.
it's just so much. Some of us are in school. It's just a lot. So you do have to, I think if you don't take the rest, your body will take it for you.
No,
and then
for
you be,
sure.
now you didn't really miss the deadline. Now you know,
Yeah.
you're paying for it. So
I really say like I'm really big on that. Like
Yeah,
I
it's
plan
not
out my day. I definitely plan out my day, but like when it's time for me to go to sleep, I'm gonna go to sleep.
No,
I
she
love a good
takes
When
nap.
I tell you
It's 10 o'clock. I'm putting my phone down. Y'all better
Yeah.
hurry.
at 10 o'clock,
Yeah.
at 10 o'clock every day on the
That's so
weekday, I'm
good.
putting my phone down. I'm not so like I'm participating in lit right now.
Yeah.
And off lit, I'm off Instagram,
Yeah.
off TikTok, off anything, So I'm literally putting my phone down at
You're
10
living life
o'clock.
raw.
Yeah.
Literally going to living life. So I'm just out here vulnerable.
Girl, raw dog in life.
No,
That's hard.
but no, seriously, at 10 o'clock during the weekday, I'm not on my phone. I'm not texting nobody.
Yeah.
I'm not scrolling on no Instagram, no TikTok.
you do not disturb though.
I don't, but my phone is always
I don't
on.
either.
My phone is always on
I do it, and I still
vibrate.
use it.
My phone is is always on vibrate. So I don't even, I barely hit the vibrate.
Yeah.
And then I also don't sit with my phone on my bed. So my phone is off on the table. You're not supposed to do that and I turn it over so I don't even see it when it's like lighting up, you know?
Yeah.
Like I be intentional. Yeah. I don't even want to say disciplined. Like I want to say it's intentional. Yeah. Like I'm real intentional about the time that I spend with myself, whether it's reading my thousands of books or just sitting there and putting my phone away or playing with my dog.
Yeah.
I'm really intentional about that.
That's good.
And it's probably because I'm single, I ain't got nothing else to do. Sitting in the house.
But even when you are no longer single,
that's another episode.
You still have to take the time. Yeah, you still have to take the time for yourself.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. All right, so we're at the segment of our episode where we are going to ask Chat GPT something. So we have a group chat, and with the good, the bad, the 30, I was about to say the curdy. The good, the bad, the 30, GBT, we call it Chat GPT. So I'm going to ask her to give us a random question, and we're going to answer it. She, because her name is Gia.
For sure.
For sure. She's a girl. Okay, so this question is, if you can instantly learn any skill in the world, what would it be and why?
Oh, wow. That's
Instantly, like right now.
Right now.
Any skill in the world. If I'm being completely honest, like, I don't even know if this is a skill. Maybe I have two. So I've always wanted to play the piano. So I feel like if that's like an instant gratification of I know how to do this, I would love to know how to play the piano.
That's
or
a really good
speak like 5 other different languages.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was going to be mine. Either singing, know how to sing, and know a different language.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Like instantly.
Immediately, like right
you
now.
You travel to that country, you
can know what they're saying.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'll follow up with you guys and say sign language. I've always wanted to learn sign language for sure.
Oh, that's good.
That's so funny. Random thought, but one of my close girlfriends, Lydia, shout out to Lydia.
Hey, Lydia.
Her sister, Hannah, shout out to Hannah. She taught me the ABCs in sign language.
Oh,
I used to know my name because it's just 4 letters, but I don't remember it anymore. If you don't use it, you lose it.
If you don't lose it, no, that's right.
So, ladies, as we wrap up,
that's so exciting.
Episode.
That is so exciting.
As we wrap up our first episode, I do want to end us off in a quote. And then, of course, our name. So, when your dreams are bigger than the places you find yourself in, sometimes you need to seek out your own reminders that there is more. And there is always more waiting for you on the other side of fear. Elaine Walter Ross. Sorry, girl. I said
more than got it right. That was
we apologize.
I think that was I low-key got goosebumps when I said that quote because I kind of felt like it went in with the topic.
Yeah.
Like what we're leaving in our 20s.
Yeah.
And the transition we want to make. And sometimes fear can be the biggest thing.
Yeah.
That we want to leave. So, without further ado, thank you guys for tuning in to our first episode of The Good,
The Bad,
The 30.
Please like, comment, and subscribe and leave a comment below.